Welcome to Frankfort Speedway for the second race of the Left Turn Productions Stop Motion Series season here in 2020. We have 26 cars going around the quarter mile oval, excuse me. And this is the first time that we're running the street stock cars this season. So let's get into your stories here today. Shane Wensloff had a very slow qualifying lap. He will start dead last. Definitely not what we expected from one of the winningest drivers on this channel. And then we've got James Johnson, who is the current points leader after his pretty good performance last time at Fresno, only to fall short to Jacob Hersner. And speaking of Jacob Hersner, here he is. He's starting inside the top 10 in the number 19. He won the first race of the season. And finally, we got your front three starters, and they each get bonus points for their starts. Of course, Brady Wilmington will get 1 for his third place starting spot. Jake Hoover will get 2 for starting second. And LJ Tolito is on the pole. He will get 5 bonus points for being on pole. So let's look at your starting grid. Row 1 is LJ Tolito and Jake Hoover. Row 2, Brady Wilmington and Caleb Rose. Row 3, Hope Wilmington and Jacob Hersner. Row 4, Brian Ferris and Brendan Creason. And row 5 is Caleb Campbell and Sam Lester. In row 6 is Riley Neiman and Flambeau Camaro. Row 7 is Trivia May and Grant Hoover. Row 8 is James Edwards and Richard Herman. Row 9 is James Johnson and Game Player 88. And in row 10 is Trey Wright and Jeff Tolito. Row 11 is Ray Alton and Cookie. Row 12 is Dee Pepper and Scarlett Rose. And rounding out the field is Zachary DeLello and Shane Wensloff. So 15 laps here. Halfway bonus is at the end of lap 8 as Tolito and Hoover lead them to the green flag here. 15 laps here at Frankfort. You see the field go on by here. Already in turn 3, LJ Tolito takes the lead. He gets a pretty big lead. Oh, and Hersner and Creason get into it as they're 4 wide on the front straightaway. They had a bit of an issue. Tolito still in the lead with Jake Hoover second, Brady Wilmington third. Now Hoover and Wilmington trying to close back up to Tolito here. Oh, we got a spin. It's Hersner again, and Sam Lester collides into the outside wall on his side and back on the wheels. A big crash for these two. They both had top 10 runs last time around. Hersner won the race, but they're both going to DNF early here today. Let's see the replay. So we don't see the cause of the 19 spinning around. I think he just got loose, or I think he just lost it in the middle of turn 3. And then Sam Lester collides right into the side. How in the world did James Edwards miss that? As you can see, Sam Lester go hard into the outside wall. He got on his side. It was a really hard crash for him, but he is okay. Here's another look. See, the car just climbs up on top of Hersner and goes all the way to the wall. I bet you if there was no wall there, the 78 probably would have been on its roof. There you see Game Player 88 actually spinning out in the back there. Number 24. He got a bit of damage to his car, but is able to continue. So we're going to have a restart on lap number 4. All right, Sam Lester and Jacob Hersner are both out of the race. Game Player 88 is still in it. LJ Tolito and Jake Hoover still lead them to the green flag here on the restart. Green flag back in the air. Tolito with a strong start. The inside lane is moving. The inside lane is the lane you want to be in as Brady Wilmington takes over second. He wants to lead a lap out here. Oh, Brady Wilmington gets sideways off of turn number 4, and that will give second to Caleb Campbell. And now it's Hope Wilmington moving up to third place as LJ Tolito has a pretty big lead as we got this 3-wide battle here between Flambeau Camaro, Caleb Rose, and Jake Hoover as Hoover is falling back. Now we're at lap number 6, as Tolito still leads. He has led every lap so far, but Caleb Campbell trying to run him down. The Wilmingtons in 3rd and 4th right now, as we're approaching midway, as there's some lap traffic in the way now, as LJ Tolito still leads the race as we got a bit of a battle further back in the pack as we see some drivers get by. Oh, Caleb Campbell tried to use the bumper on LJ Tolito in turn 3. He wants those bonus points. He's going to have one lap to try to pass him as they lap the 24 car there. He gets to the inside of LJ Tolito. They're side by side coming off of turn 2. Valuable points on the line here. Caleb Campbell pulls ahead in turn 3. And he shoves LJ Tolito up the racetrack, and he is going to win the midway bonus. But remember, there's no caution that comes out at the end of it like stages. And Brian Ferris, I believe, will get the last point, and now there will be a caution as D. Pepper spins on the front straightaway. D. Pepper has spun out on the back stretch, or on the front stretch, rather, to bring out the caution right after the midway bonus. And so now we can show you the results. Caleb Campbell won the midway bonus, he got the midway bonus there. He got 10 points, and then you have Brady Wilmington with 9, LG Tolito 8, Hope Wilmington 7, and then Flammable Camaro, Caleb Rose, Jake Hoover, Riley Neiman. James Johnson worked his way up from deep in the field to get into 9th, and Brian Ferris 10th. A lot of these guys were up near the front in the last race as well, but we have a few new names up here as well that weren't running so great last time, like LJ Tolito and Flammable Camaro. So D. Pepper had no damage to his car. He knocked over some of the barriers there, but not any significant damage to the 47, so he will be able to continue as we're going to have a restart on lap number 6. Caleb Campbell and Brady Wilmington lead them down. LJ Tolito right on the back bumper, Caleb Campbell. Flammable Camaro up here in the top 5. Here he comes 3 wide down to the bottom. He's going to try to push LJ Tolito out of the way. He's going for second. As Caleb Campbell still leads, and they're side by side all throughout the pack. Only about 5 laps to go here as Flammable Camaro moves his way up. Oh, we got trouble. Grant Hoover turns James Johnson around. And that's going to bring out a caution, and we got some more cars going into the wall. James Johnson, the points leader, going into this race. And it collects Ray Alton and Game Player 88. Remember, Game Player was involved in the Sam Lester and Jacob Hersner accident, and this one's going to knock him out of the race, and he was already a lap down. Ray Alton in the number 43, definitely not how he wanted to end his race, and apparently Game Player was actually mad at Alton over the radio, or Alton was mad at Game Player. They were mad at each other, basically. They thought that one got into the other's way. So we're going to see the replay of this. So here's the replay. There's James Johnson. He was starting to get himself inside the top 5, but he got turned by Grant Hoover. I mean, Grant Hoover's caused a lot of cautions from the clash in this, and Game Player 88 did not get out of the way of Ray Alton at all. He just kind of forced him up into the wall, and yeah, Ray Alton was not happy about that. They were both pretty mad over the radio. Ray Alton was furious. I don't blame him either. That was a lapped car, so, we'll go back and look at that again. Again, the 25 just gets into the side, not even the back, more like the side, the quarter panel of the 41. James Johnson will be able to continue, though, because nobody hit him, but he's going to be deep in the field. And once again, the 24 just shoves the 43 up in the wall, ending his own race as well. That was not a very good move, for sure. And I definitely understand Ray Alton's frustration about that. We might see some revenge coming in the next race. We'll have to keep an eye on that rivalry. But anyway, only a few laps to go left in the race. We're going to get back to the restart. All right, it's Caleb Campbell and Flammable Camaro on the front row. A lot of blue and black cars up here. Green flag, back in the air. 4 laps remaining. We've already got 3 wide. Brady Wilmington gets underneath his sister and passes. As we got everybody trying to get down to the inside. Jake Hoover trying to make it 3 wide. He's going to go for second. Will he be able to take it? As Caleb Campbell comes to 3 laps to go, trying to win. But LJ Tolito's right on his back bumper. These two have been the fastest all day. Here comes Tolito to the inside. He's going to bump him out of the way. The classic short track move, the bump and run. And LJ Tolito retakes the lead. with just 2 laps remaining. Jake Hoover is going to take over second, and they're going to pull away from the rest of the pack. Will Jake Hoover be able to win the race in the number 17 car? He's right to his bumper. Will he use the bumper? White flag is in the air. Going into turn 1 and 2. He gets to the inside. Oh, but he loses it off the corner. He's sideways in front of the field. There's going to be a big crash. Several cars involved, almost the entire field, as they're still crashing. The caution is out. And they're still wrecking. Oh my goodness gracious. A massive crash into turn 3. They're still crashing. Oh my goodness gracious. Disaster in turn number 3. Somebody's on fire. Cars are upside down. Cars are on top of cars. There's damage to the wall. I think, man, it's an absolute disaster. As the fire truck gets there immediately. That is James Johnson that's on fire. I see a car upside down. And they've extinguished the fire on the 41 machine. That was almost the entire field that we had there involved in that. That was an absolutely disastrous accident on the final lap. There's Hope Wilmington right there, somehow collided with the pace truck. And we also have, well, I think it'd be easier to list who wasn't in it. And look at this. Yeah, we had a car leave the track, it looks like. Maybe I think that might be Richard Herman in the 37 that went over the wall. And there's Brady Wilmington upside down. He took a lot of hard hits. There's Trivia May also upside down. Actually, Brady Wilmington's girlfriend, and they're going to try and pull her car over. Try to flip it back over, and they do. An absolute incredible accident as they're helping Brady Wilmington out of the car. He's not seriously injured, but he needs help to get out of the car because it's going to be hard to flip him over. So let's look at the replay of the finish here. Definitely one of the biggest accidents that we have ever seen on the channel. Here's the white flag here. LJ Tolito ends up winning the race. And very few cars are able to get through. You can see Jake Hoover tried to make a move in between turns 1 and 2, but the car got upset off the corner. As he tried to correct it, he got into the 62. Caleb Campbell misses it. You know, he got some damage on the front end, but he was able to get it back around, and that just gets everybody. And Brady Wilmington has an incredibly hard impact with the barrier there. And then everybody starts going into the barrier. Hope Wilmington actually goes through it. That's how she got over there. And Richard Herman absolutely plows into Brady Wilmington. You can see why he needed help getting out of the car. And then, oh man, yeah, that's how Richard Herman left the racetrack. You can see on the far left. I think it is worthy to note to say that everybody is okay in the crash. Again, the only one with any minor injuries is Brady Wilmington. But that should not affect his driving ability in any coming races. So let's look at it again. Once again, Jake Hoover and LJ Tolito battling for the win. Hoover gets loose off the corner. Car gets tail happy. He goes down the track and he just gets everybody. There's how Trivia May got upside down. She launched off the back of Riley Neiman's car. And Brendan Creason almost did the same thing. It looks like D. Pepper in the 47. Yeah, it looks like he got through the wreck. We have Shane Wensloff and James Edwards down on the inside of the racetrack. Jeff Tolito also missed the crash. Oh, Cookie almost avoided it, but Shane Wensloff came up and got him right at the end. It looks like Zachary DeLello might have gotten through as well. But that's about it. I don't think anybody else got through the wreck other than the 42, the 46, the 47, the 1, and the 38. We'll see that maybe in the results here, as we have just an absolute chaos here. Richard Herman out of the racetrack. Brady Wilmington and Trivia May upside down. Hope Wilmington colliding with a pace truck. James Johnson on fire. Just an absolutely disastrous crash. But again, I must reiterate, everybody is okay despite how hard that crash looked. Only one with any minor injuries is Brady Wilmington, and again, they are minor. So let's go look into your results. So yeah, as stated before, LJ Tolito wins the race. This is his first win on the channel. And he also he got max points in this race, actually, because he won the pole, he led the most laps, and won the race. So he actually got max points from this race. The first time that has happened in the series, because Jacob Hersner was not able to do that last weekend. So let's look at the results here. Like I said, 5 drivers finishing the race. I think that is actually a record for the least amount of cars that finished a race on this channel. I know we had the Clash, and we also had an LTPSS, not LTPSS, a York Legends race where only 6 cars finished. But this was 5. This will break that record. Again, LG Tolito, Caleb Campbell, D. Pepper, Jeff Tolito. Both of the Tolitos finished the race. And that's also Zachary DeLello there, 5th. Then you have Brady Wilmington, Jake Hoover, Hope Wilmington, Richard Herman, Caleb Rose. These results were determined at the time of caution. So obviously all the drivers that escaped were placed ahead, but all the crashed cars are sorted like that. You've got Flambeau Camaro, Trivia May, Riley Neiman, Grant Hoover, Brian Ferris, Brendan Creason, Scarlett Rose, James Johnson, Shane Wensloff, James Edwards, Trey Wright, and Cookie all involved in that crash. That is a 16-car crash, and even then, Caleb Campbell also got some damage, but he was able to escape. So that's actually a 17-car incident. And there are 26 cars that even started this race, and 4 of them were out. 4 of them were out previously. You can see Ray Alton, Game Player 88, Jacob Hersner, and Sam Lester taken out in previous accidents. So this will definitely shake up the points, even though it is only 2 races in out of the schedule of 12. So let's go look at the points, shall we? So here is the point standings. Caleb Campbell now has the points lead, and it seems like he gets the points lead at some point in every series that I do. You can see him with 62 points. LJ Tolito behind him with his win today, 8 points behind. James Johnson also 8 points behind. And you have Hope Wilmington, Riley Neiman, Jeff Tolito, the other race winner, Jacob Hersner in 7th, Brady Wilmington, Caleb Rose, and Trivia May. So we can see both Stuart Haas racing cars up there, both Chip Ganassi racing cars up there. And if we scroll down a little bit, yeah, we'll see Jake Hoover. So both the Roush Fenway racing cars doing well as well. We have D. Pepper in 11th. Again, these are his first ever stop motion starts, so not too bad so far for him. Jake Hoover in 12th, Brian Ferris 13th, Scarlett Rose, and Flambeau Camaro, the 2 RCR teammates, 14th and 15th. They actually have the same amount of points. That's weird, the 2 teammates. And then we have the rest of the field right here. Herman, Grant Hoover not having a great start. Then we have James Edwards, Zachary DeLello, Sam Lester, Ray Alton, Brendan Creason. How about this? Hendrick Motorsports with the struggles there. Game Player 88 especially. And even Brendan Creason. So both the Hendrick cars really struggling in this first part of the season, as well as the City Lights / Richard Petty Motorsports combination there, 21st and 23rd. So yeah, that will be it for today's race. The next race will be with the Legends cars at Sunoco Speedway. And that will come out sometime in June. So it's going to be a little while, but there will be some Omaha 500 stuff being posted in between. Possibly practice sessions, I don't know. I'll do something with it. That's what I'm going to be working on for April and May. But not actually the race itself, because that isn't until July. So thank you guys for watching. This is Left Turn Productions, signing out.